My name is Beth Armstrong, and I'll be talking this morning with Geraldine Low-Sabado. And welcome, and thank you very much for coming to talk with us.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Okay.
I was born in Monterey, California, born and raised there until I left for college at Cal State Hayward. Mm-hmm. My father's family owned a fish market called Regal Seafood. We were a wholesale fishing company, so we purchased the hauls of fish from the mostly Italian fishermen. So I graduated from Cal State Hayward, and I majored in child development. Mm-hmm. Later on, they changed the major, and it was early childhood education. Mm-hmm. And then I got my teaching credential, and then I went to work in preschool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, a few things happened before that, though. You got married mm-hmm. to a fellow student.
Yes, Randy Sabado, okay. Who I met in the dorms, mm-hmm. And we eventually started dating, and he was the president of the Filipino club there. I was in the Chinese club, and then ended up also joining the Filipino club. Mm-hmm. And we've been married for 28, well, we got married in 77. Mm-hmm. And we have two children, mm-hmm. Amber and Brandon Sabado. Amber has, we moved to Fremont when she was, I believe it was 7, and my son was 5 years old. And so when we moved here, so it was a new house for them. It was a new babysitter or after-school care person, mm-hmm. New teachers. A lot of things were new, so it was a little hard at first, mm-hmm. Just lots of changes. Mm-hmm. But we're really glad that we made that move. And the reason we did move was because of the schools. I started off as a teacher, a preschool teacher, but very quickly ended up in the assistant director's position. Mm-hmm. At that time, the school was, it was mini school. Then it changed to kindercare, mm-hmm. And I also have worked at the Learning Tree from the beginning. So mm-hmm. I've been to, it's actually 2 facilities, but mm-hmm. 3 different companies. At the Learning Tree, I was the assistant director for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, my best friend, Judy Thomas, who was the owner, passed away. So suddenly, I became the director, mm-hmm. and I wanted to carry on her philosophy, which is that children should have fun learning. It was her dream to have a school, a place where the children could play, but also learn through their play. I've retired since 2001. They still do invite me to their parties. As my children were growing up, I really had basically 2 lives: work. During the weekdays, and then on the weekends, I participated in their sports, which was swimming, and they belonged to Mission San Jose Aquatics. The children really, I think, learned a lot of great skills because of swimming. They had to manage their time, mm-hmm. Because they didn't have a lot of time. They practiced for 2 hours, then had to, and this was in the late afternoon. Then afterwards they would come home, have dinner, then they would have to do homework, then sleep. And in their high school years, they also had morning practice. So their lives were school and swimming. When Amber was 16 years old, she and 3 other girls on the team swam in the 200 medley relay. They broke a national record. They were number 1 in the whole United States.
Wow.
And 3 of those girls that were on the team were girls that Amber carpooled with every day, and they also were girls from the Learning Tree. My son also swam on the team, and then eventually played water polo at Washington High. Both of them swam for Washington High. And on Brandon's senior year, the water polo team for Washington placed first in the league.
Wow.
So the Mission Valley Athletic League. So we were pretty proud of the children's accomplishments. I'm the president of the South Bay Chinese Club, and we are celebrating our 40th anniversary. So it's interesting that at a time when the City of Fremont is celebrating their 50th anniversary, that our club is celebrating the 40th and has been here a large part of that time. And I believe that some of our members, or quite a few of our members, really have roots in this community and have been here even before Fremont Incorporated. Students at Cal State University, Monterey Bay wanted to work on a documentary. It turns out I ended up working with them on their documentary called By Light of Lanterns, An Untold History of Monterey's Chinese Fishermen. And while I was working with them on that, I also found out more information about my own family's history because my ancestors were some of those very fishermen. So I found out that my ancestors came to America in a junk. Actually, there were 5 junks that left China, and 2 junks made it across. The others were lost at sea, and my ancestors' junk drifted into Point Lobos in the early 1850s. The Indians, the Rumsian Indians, nursed them back to health. My great-grandmother was born in Point Lobos in 1859. I feel lucky that I have the opportunity now to tell that story, and almost not even an opportunity, but almost an obligation to tell that story, so that the Chinese history can become well known. When I was younger, I came to Fremont because in the 40s, my uncles, Uncle Harry Joan and Uncle Charlie Joan, opened the Irvington Food Market. As I've lived here, it just more things have gone up. Things will be changing, and I always hear about it because my husband works for the city and for property. So I hear about all the upcoming changes that are going to be going on.
Thank you very much for participating in our interview.
Thank you for having me.